Hey everybody out there, this is Seto, and today for you guys we are going to be doing a deck profile of a fun deck here. I do apologize, it is loud. I'm at locals right now, so it's never quiet. But we're going to be doing a deck profile of a deck that a lot of you guys have been wanting to see for quite some time. You've all been asking for me to do a Wicked God deck. Well, I can't make a Wicked God deck, but I can make the Wicked Avatar deck thanks to a friend. So I'll go through this deck, explain it the best way I can how this deck works. It uses the Monarch engine to function, so there's no extra deck because you're using the Monarch field spell. And you're going to see some, eventually I'm going to do an update on the Egyptian God deck with some cards that I've been trying out and some combos that work very well. So without further ado, let us get started. So first we run 3 the Wicked Avatar, the big black raw sphere mode. If you guys don't know what the Wicked Avatar does, I'll read it to you very quickly here. It states, this card can't be special summoned. This card can be normal summoned, can't be normal summoned or set except by attributing 3 monsters. Your opponent can't activate spell or trap cards until the end of their second turn after this card was normal summoned, so that's really good. The attack and defense of this card are each 100 points higher than the highest attack on the field, except Wicked Avatar. So there's ways we can get this guy to be really, really big using the Monarch engine, which we'll talk about. So next we run your standard Monarch engine. Your 3 Erebus and your 1 Aether of the Heavenly Monarch. If you can get one of these guys out along with the Wicked Avatar, which that's how this deck works, you're committing to a whole bunch of normal summons of monsters or special summons of tokens to prepare yourself to bring out one of these guys and the Wicked Avatar, or just the Wicked Avatar in general. That way, what you can do is you can pretty much just have a bunch of tribute file on the field to bring out this guy for stunning, or these, or more precisely to bring this out with this, so that way he'll be the biggest monster on the board, most likely. He'll be 29, and that can be really useful. Plus, your opponent can't bring things out from their extra deck, especially with the Monarch field spell on the field, so you've kind of created a very big block for them in what they can do. So, yep. We also run one of the Karazes, because Karaz is so good for popping stuff and getting around stuff for some draw power, so 1 Karaz. We run 3 Mithrilium, the Thunder Vassal. The reason you run Mithrilium is because you're trying to get her out to do stuff. It also, the tokens against the Sky Striker mirror match are pretty good, because if they're going to activate their like Widow Anchors and things of that nature, playing the deck, I know this, it's going to cause problems, because you're going to be like, here, have this token, I bring out this monster, and they'll be like, well dang, I can't activate my Widow Anchor now because I have a token in my main monster zone, so sad face. So this works out in a way against the that deck, but overall it functions more for tribute fodder, but that does help out in the deck. Plus, you may say, well, I'm giving tokens to my opponent. Well, we'll talk more about that when we get to the field spell, how you don't really mind giving tokens to your opponent to make link monsters, especially with the Monarch field spell. So next up we run 3 Erebus. What you guys know, Erebus is the main one, but you usually bring Erebus out with the 3 Squire. So you pretty much are able to search this out through Rhoda, different means, normal, special, go for tributes. You guys know this engine, we've used it forever in Monarchs, but this works well in this version of the deck. But if I was to say to use this in an Egyptian God deck, I don't think it would work out too well. But in this version of the deck, yes, it works out fine. Works out good for me. So, the field spell. You guys know what Domain does, right? So like I said, in an Egyptian God deck, I'll talk about this later, this engine is just not enough to propel itself to function, because you need 3 tributes consistently. This helps, but doesn't help enough. But the fact that you're running a Monarch engine in this version of the deck, that you're not relying just on a 3 tribute monster, you know, it needs 3 tributes to bring it out. You're relying upon standard Monarchs, you get it? It's fine running the Ether and the Squire and all that. But a cool thing that you could run in Egyptian Gods, like my Egyptian God deck profile, like I said, I'll make an update eventually soon. This here can work in it. because you don't mind giving your opponent tokens. So you can be like, I have a domain out, I special summon my squad, my Thunder Vassal or another card you see, the token generator, and you don't mind giving your opponent tokens because what are you going to use for those tokens if you have domain out? They can't go for link monsters, they can't go for their extra deck. If domain's out, you can give them a full field of tokens. They can't go for link monsters if they can't get around domain, can they? Remember this. This is a cool thing. And you may say, well, yeah, that's good and bad, but it does work out in the end. Yes, I know, Will. But yeah, it's something cool you can try out in the deck. So 3 domain. Next we run your 3 tenacity, which is your searcher, as you guys know. Works well in this deck because you're running the Monarch engine again. Fitting the Monarch engine into an Egyptian God deck is harder, but for this version of the deck, when you're not focusing on a big lineup, it's fine. So for example, if I wanted to run, instead of the Wicked Avatar, I wanted to run 3 Obelisk the Tormentor, or just, it got super loud, I'm sorry, 3 Obelisk the Tormentor, or 1 Obelisk, 1 Slifer, 1 Ra, and nothing else, no Sphere mode, no nothing, that's fine. But you need to run the Monarch engine as a full engine, otherwise it's not going to work out well. But 3 tenacity, searcher, your 1 pantheism, hopefully it comes back one day, and your 1 stormforth, hopefully this comes back one day. If the ban list brings either one of these back in the near future, you run as many as you can. By the time making this video, we're getting close to Worlds, which means there should be a ban list, but I wanted to get this video out for you guys so you guys could enjoy playing with it. So if these come back to more than one of, you run more of them. Simple as that. Next we run 3 Allure of Darkness. You could debate about running Allure. I mean, you only have a couple, like 6, you have the Aethers, you have about 8 targets for Allure in total, including the Wicked Avatar. If it's dead in hand, you can banish it. But it gives draw power to the deck. The other thing you could definitely run in the deck is you could run some other cards I've been trying out. Like you could run the Reborn card that Monarch's got, I think, in one of the recent sets. That Reborn's the tribute summon Monarch from the graveyard, I think it is. It's like a premature burial for Monarchs, I think it is. But you could run this, or you could run more trade-ins, which we do run 1 trade-in in the deck. It's something my friend's teching out in the deck. But you could run multiple trade-ins in the deck, but we're just running 1 for this instance. Next, we're running 1 Foolish Burial of Belongings. This helps you send your cards to graveyard, so you can, you're running Monarchs, so standard sending things to graveyard for Monarchs. This card's a tech card we're going to talk about for a second. It's called Dragonoid Generator. Now, this is something I've been trying out in Egyptian Gods, but I didn't think about putting the 2 together of the field spell and this, as well as the Mithrilium. But let's talk about this for a second now. I may run this more as than a 1-up because it's really good. So you pay 1,000 life points and you can special summon up to 2 tokens per turn, but your opponent gets 2 tokens during the end phase. Again, most of the time, I would say this card's got potential after Link format because, Links right now are dominant in the game of Yu-Gi-Oh! It's kind of like some of those cards, they're not good now, but in a future meta, they'll be good. This, though, is really good in combination with this because you can have domain out, you activate this, you get free 2 tokens, your opponent gets 2 tokens, but if they can't go to their extra deck, who cares about giving your opponent 2 free tokens? It don't matter, especially if they can't go into their extra deck. So this locks them out. This means that this card becomes better because you've locked them out. So this is good. This sets up tribute fodder for Wicked Avatar, really, really good, and sets up tribute fodder for your Monarchs, but especially Wicked Avatar. You may want to run more of this card. Very good card. But in combination with the domain, it's really good. So next up we run 1 Day of Peace, Upstart Goblin for draw power. This is something that I've been trying out that combos off with Karaz because you really need the draw power to get through the deck. And that's Contact with Don Thousand. This is something you can pop off with Raz after you've used it. But like I said, you can try it out, or you can replace it with other cards. Next we run 1 for 1, so you can bring your stuff out. 1 Reinforcement of the Army, and 1 Monster Reborn. Just good staple cards that work in Monarchs. Next, the 3 Prime Monarch. You guys know what this does. Very good card to have to use for tribute fodder and other things. But 3 Prime Monarch as well. So like I said, this is a Monarch deck that can go for the Wicked Avatar. That's how this deck works. It's literally a deck that goes for Wicked Avatar using the Monarch engine. Again, I'll say it again, we will go playing around with this engine a little bit more with the Egyptian God deck, but I found from testing already it doesn't mesh well as it does with this, because you're running more Egyptian Gods, more tribute fodder, more things of that nature. You're focusing on level 3 tributes instead of level 2 tributes and level 1 tributes, and you're using the Monarch engine, so it doesn't mesh well. But for what you're trying to do in this deck by trying to go for Wicked Avatar, that's cool. You could run some of the other Wicked Gods. If, like I said, if you were just the type of person that, hey, I love Obelisk and I just want to play Obelisk, or I just want to play the Ra, Winged Dragon of Ra, or I just want to play Slifer, and that's all you wanted to play, you could take these 3 out and replace them with those gods. But that doesn't always work. It's not like an Egyptian God deck. It's more Monarchs with it, like what we used to play back in the day with tree-born frogs and that stuff. It's a Monarch deck with Obelisk thrown into the deck. That's what it is. So this here, though, is something you can try out. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys next time. Sorry if I don't, I'm still playing around with this deck, so I'm still testing, so if you have any helpful criticism on how to improve the deck or make it more consistent, please let us know down in the comment section down below. Take care, guys, till next time.
Nights, long fights, it felt right.